All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. And plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They ain't thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. They took it to 10. Hey.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Denver Broncos. And the Mile High air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, set, 15, Ronnie, 15 line. Hey, Sam off!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number one from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Good job, D.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Down. 10-2 soft. Hey, team 6. Team 6. Big dribble.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tony Pollard hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
X3, 218, chopper, undercut. Ready.
2nd and 13. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. And a completion to Wilson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Back to throw. O'Leary. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Looking to throw. O'Leary. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Go! Twist. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Check hot route. Hot. Shoot!
Back to throw here. This is intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Bravo.
Double-free defense. Hey, check right 34. Right 34. Strip the ball.
Lead grip.
From the gun on third down. O'Leary. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Throwing after the interception. O'Leary. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Set, ready, 50, plant.
Number 53, Mike 53. I got you.
Go.
Trying to run forward, Pollard. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Ready, 10-2 stop.
That's it, baby. We gon' work.
On the ready.
53, Mike.
Routine spell. Get it.
Throwing on first down. O'Leary. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
From the gun on third down, O'Leary. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to pull your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. From the gun, O'Leary. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Lambo on for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Chopper.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's go. 60 Outlaw.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Moody. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
He's crashing. He's checking crack. Check. Under 10. 10.
Hey, Foxtrot. Get it.
They'll run here with Lindsey. And he's got some space here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Check 26.
Pilot, 64, weak.
57 to Mike. Ready?
Fire.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. This is the tight end fan. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Yeah, baby.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll drop the throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 10-year veteran bangs it through, and they take a 17-14 lead. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. 2nd and 2. It's hauled in by Hardy. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This quarterback now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber.
Operating from the gun, O'Leary. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Gator. 54 protein spill.
2nd and 11. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check that.
On 3rd down, O'Leary. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready to break.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, O'Leary. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this of intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. On third down, it's Pollard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done. And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
30 base.
Check 99. Check 99.
Blue draw Corkers.
Check your hot read.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here's Hardy set to return. It's a 69-yard punt. 69 yards. Wow. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now,
the ball comes out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Hopkins with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Here's the party now. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. 54. 54 is Mike. 4. Get that quarterback, defense.
Shoot.
From the gun, O'Leary. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. O'Leary. Complete over the middle to Hardy. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. Operating from the gun, O'Leary is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Tony Pollard, he scored on the ground and through the air, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Set. 10-2 soft.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Go.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Check safety, check safety.
Hey, wahoo! Go!
50 seconds to Mike.
Get it!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And again, they stop him behind the line. That is read well for a second straight play defensively. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Looking left sideline, it's complete. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Shoot. Hatchet.
Hurry.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense.
Come on,
do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Shoot.
On second down now, it's Lindsay, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. O'Leary nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Back to throw. O'Leary. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Looking to throw. O'Leary got his man complete over the middle. It's Bush. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. On 1st down, O'Leary. Throwing left side, it's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applied. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Ready? 60 or 54.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
61.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tony Pollard with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Forced out to his left. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
6-6, pull it high.
Check. Fresno.
On the snap.
They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Another run by Lindsey. And able to work his way down to the 16. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
24 is the mic. Let's put him on the buses.
5.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They're going with Lindsey, and he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. They'll run with Lindsey, and this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He's back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Check, cross, recon, 132 fighter. Kill. Let's go. Hit it.
They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And they take a knee. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's the Raiders punter now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Trailing here in the second half, went for the aggressive play, got a little too aggressive.
You've got to know when to pull up, or if you're going to go for it, how to take your body across a punter's body and not into him. Not a good play at all. Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
60 or.
Squeeze, double.
So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Oakland, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Denver, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skip.